Ladies and gentlemen, the TTWA is proud to announce the T1 Clawmax Tournament starting April 20th at 10:15 Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/totemtrouser. Featuring matches like this month's tournament title tournament sees Balrog looking to break further records in a 16-man MMA tournament in which he will not have a bye. No champion has ever defended the tournament title tournament, but Balrog looks to be the first. He has already broken multiple records and looks to continue being the record destroyer. In the effort of inclusiveness, we held an all-women and one Cosmic Horror Tag Team #1 Contenders match. Team Mister is the longest reigning champions that we have here at the TTWA, but the Team of the Eras, featuring Mickie James, Dump Matsumoto, and Mildred Burke, look to end that streak. Their records make them the underdogs, but they look to break through the glass ceiling. Depending on the results of tonight's main events, we'll get one of two matches at the TTWA T1 Clawmax intro. We're either going to have Charles Manson going one-on-one against Giant Silva for the TTWA Pure Heavyweight title, or if Charles Manson loses, we're going to have a fatal five-way featuring Giant Silva, the Green M&M, Barry Duffman, Billy Kidman, and whoever beats Charles Manson tonight. Who knows? It could be one or the other. And in your main event of the evening, after having one match of the night at TTWA Redemption, Bubbles Utonium was put into the #1 Contenders Battle Royale for the TTWA World Heavyweight Championship, in which she continued to perform and continued to amaze and won her #1 Contenders match. And she will go against the new leader of the Bullet Club, Chase Owens. Chase Owens, still looking to prove that his title reign is not a fluke, will have to go up against probably the most dominating performer he has come across. And last but not least, we will be starting the T1 Clawmax tournament. It will be of two brackets of 8 wrestlers in a round-robin tournament. A win nets the competitor 2 points, a draw nets the competitor 1, and a loss nets them 0. The winners of the two brackets will face for a shot at any singles title. We will see who are going to be in these brackets, and the first match is April 20th at 10:15 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/totemtrouser. Buddy, and welcome to TTWA. Oh, hey, that's old school hype. Wow, look at that. Oh, what is happening with the music? Oh, hey, so this is what the old hype video used to look like. I received some notes from my girlfriend, who told me that the green looks like shit, and honestly, it totally does. Anyway, here's the commissioner. He's very fidgety today, but he's doing his little dance, because that's just traditional that the commissioner does a dance. But he's very fidgety, so we're just going to let him go off on his merry way. Anyway, so I have already gotten our first match of the evening. Hold up. That was probably really loud. I apologize for that. I've already gotten our first match of the evening set up. I'm dropping frames like mad all of a sudden. So, as we head to the actual matches of the evening, I say and then don't. As we head to the actual matches of the evening, last week Balrog announced that he was going to want a tuner match going into TTWA Clawmax, so we set that up for him. It's a gruesome fighting match. The title is not on the line, but man, if this person can beat Balrog, that's pretty much a career maker, you know what I mean? He might end up in the tournament. It's all up to my cat's decision. My cat, the commissioner, of course. Poison will be your referee for this match, and Balrog will be going up against Mass Transit in his tuner match. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Well, you see Balrog here going on the offensive quickly. Yeah, he's got the speed. Mass Transit's got the ability to get the hell beaten out of him for a long period of time, provided that you don't make him bleed. Mass Transit now getting the grapple in, elbow onto the back of, onto Balrog here. Mass Transit probably looking to do a fake out, make him think that he was trained by Killer Kowalski, and come in there and surprise Balrog. Balrog just wants to punch the man in the face. So that's going to be the story of this match. And oh, look at that, Mass Transit stabbing Balrog, making Balrog bleed already early on, and an elbow to the head. Oh, Mass Transit breaking out here with some unexpected offense. as we see him now just start to get beaten down by Balrog, who's probably none too pleased that he just took a fork to the back of the head, and now headbutts. Oh, that's dirty. Balrog ramming his bloody head into mass transit. Now elbow to the head, and now mounted headbutts again. This is a new move from Balrog. Maybe that's why I wanted this tuner match, was just to kind of try out some new moves. And oh, look at that! That doesn't work, mass transit. You can't make him think that you got hit with a chair. Poison is right there watching. And even though we can't see her, she is watching. Anyway, so mass transit now with trying to do some kind of electric chair, maybe a reverse Hurricane Rana, ends up just getting thrown down. Now he's choking Balrog here. Balrog managed to get out of it. Mass transit putting a lot more offense than we really expected here tonight. I'm honestly kind of impressed by mass transit. Which is saying a lot because it's mass transit. Eric Kulas, his real name, is a dead man. Well, I'd like to remind you, I feel like I have not reminded us in a very long time, that we do have a time machine here at TTWA, and that's how we get so many dead people to wrestle for us. Mass transit now just mounted punches, and he's gonna tap out almost immediately. That move's deadly. We've seen Balrog take people out with that, and it's just like the second he locks it in, that's it. They're done. And we see that without even getting to the second round. Balrog looking strong going into TTWA T1 Climax. It is going to be a 16-man tournament. He's going to have to fight in every single one of those rounds. So that's got to be something on the back of his head. He's not going to get a bye because it is only a 16-man tournament, because we do need to condense time for the actual... we do need to condense time for the fighting that will commence with the T1 Climax. Now up next is another match. This one's a little bit less predetermined, and by that I mean of who's going to be in it. It is going to be all random, unlike last match with Balrog. The interesting thing about this match is that it is going to be a 3-on-3 tag match, and because this is the tag team gauntlet, I realized, and by I mean my cat, and I suggested it to him over his morning kibble, that we don't, if after the T1's done, we're not going to have number one contenders for the 3-man title. So instead of doing a T1 for the tag team division, because that sounds like that would be terrible, we're gonna do gauntlet matches. So what I mean by that is we're gonna have 2 3-man teams wrestling each other. The winner will wrestle another randomized team, and another randomized team, and another randomized team, and the final team standing at the end of the T1 Climax will get a title shot against either Team Mister or the Eras, depending on who wins next week. So, as always, this team, like this person and this person, are going to be removed, and it's just going to be these top 3. But your referee for this evening is going to be Cyndi Lauper's getting too much play. We need to give Cyndi Lauper a break here. Let's Hulk Hogan! Okay, sure, that works. And it looks like we have the team of Scott Steiner, Chet Chatterfield, and the Nemesis versus Nick Jackson, Montez Ford, and Arn Anderson. Oh, this is a tag team. This is a tag team specialist group right here. It is going to be 30 minutes. I just always like to make sure that this is correct. Is elimination off? Elimination is off. Good. Okay. Now we have Nemesis. Nemesis, the only person who hasn't had any tag team experience. Nemesis normally works by himself, hunting down stars. Oh my God, Hulk Hogan. So, you know, this is going to be new for him. He's normally a lone wolf. Chet Chatterfield, you know, going through some rough times, divorced his wife, or his wife divorced him, left him. Yes, having a little bit of issue with substance. Quite sad, really. But we don't drug test here because it would cause problems, considering, I mean, we have, like, the nemesis, right? And speaking of drug testing problems, here comes Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner, probably one of the more well-known people in this match. He, wonderful tag team with his brother, Rick Steiner, then a member of the NWO, which looks to be in this current iteration. He is, he's going to be someone to watch as he tries to lead his team to victory. And here we have one of the Anderson brothers. I believe this is Arn? Yes, Arn. It does not look like Arn, but it's Arn. One of the Arn Andersons. I think I have like 4 of them, so that's going to be fun for me. But yeah, Arn Anderson, pretty much only a tag team wrestler. Same with Montez Ford. Montez Ford is probably the most recent debuting wrestler, I guess technically, if you don't count Nemesis, which I don't because he debuted in like the 90s. But a lot of promise from Montez Ford. He is probably gonna be the Michaels out of his team. But that's fine. Dawson could be a good Jannetty. And speaking of Jannetties, we have Nick Jackson. Oh no, I'm just kidding. Nick Jackson's actually my favorite of the Young Bucks. But I mean, the Young Bucks, another career tag team. Probably one of the best tag teams in the world right now, as we see Nick Jackson and Scott Steiner teeing off, I should say. Nick Jackson using that speed against Steiner. Steiner's gonna go for the power. Jackson gonna go for the speed. We've seen this kind of matchup before. It's a classic. And Jackson getting the better of Steiner, who is older, he's slower, he is stronger, but once he's grounded like he is now, that doesn't really do anything as Jackson goes for the early pinfall, getting only a 1 count here. Steiner realizes this, tags in the much younger and maybe in better shape Chatterfield, and he gets kicked down. And now he's getting kicked down again. Chatterfield, you gotten some drunken master over here, but no, he's on his feet, or he's off his feet now as Jackson hits a senton on the Chatterfield. Misses. It's not Chatterfield, is it? Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so Hurricane Rana from Jackson. Jackson missing a drop kick. As Chatterfield takes control of the match. No, Jackson back in control. This match has been all Jackson as he puts Chatterfield in a Boston Crab. Chatterfield now in control. Allows Jackson back up on his feet. Maybe not the wisest move. Gets a power slam onto Jackson. Now taking control of Jackson from the mounted position. And gets into a heel hook, I believe. A punch to the head of Jackson as he tags in Montez Ford. Montez Ford now letting Jackson do some moves here on Chatterfield. Not actually hitting anything. Here we go. He's got Chatterfield down on the ground. And a body splash into a pin. Only gets a 1 count, though. Chatterfield tagging in his partner Nemesis. Now as we see Nemesis, fresh man in the match here. Montez, Nemesis, Montez, Nemesis, Montez knocks down Nemesis. Now, here's the thing about adding Nemesis to your team. It's a gamble. As you see, Montez with the body splash goes for a pinfall, only gets a none count. It is a gamble adding someone like the Nemesis to your team because, as you know, he wants to destroy stars. And if you're not in stars, I don't really think that Nemesis cares about you. Any of these men, I should say, just to quickly plug the T1 Clawmax, any of these men could be in the T1 Clawmax. Mounted punches, but they're illegal here in a normal wrestling match, so referee's going to break that up smartly as Arn Anderson gets tagged in. Now, if there's anyone who can take on Nemesis, it's Arn Anderson. But any of these men could be in the T1 Clawmax, and if that happens, they will have to wrestle twice in a night, potentially. Because these teams will have to wrestle every single night of the Clawmax. And like I said, the last team standing, the team that goes into the T1 Climax finale is going to be the one that gets the title shot. Now, that is incredibly opportunistic for the teams that come on later. These teams are going to, if either of these teams want to get to the end, they're gonna have to struggle. They're gonna have to struggle quite a lot. They are gonna have to kind of figure out what they're doing. They're gonna have to pace themselves, because as we've seen with Manson, wrestling in TTWA every single week starts to deteriorate on you, as Manson is now on a 2-match losing streak. And we will see Manson in the main event of tonight's show as he puts on his title shot on the line in the final match of the Charles Manson Proving Ground, match 7 of the Best of 7 series. As we see here, Nemesis tagging in Steiner again. Maybe not the smartest move. We saw Jackson had Steiner's number, but Nemesis looking to kind of do an unfair advantage here on Jackson. Steiner running in. No, Jackson gets up. Steiner thinks better of it. Super kick from Jackson. We saw a veteran move there from Steiner. He saw Jackson getting up as Jackson goes for the pinfall, only gets a 1 count. He saw Jackson getting up. He decided against it. No, he goes for the knee. Jackson, once again, faster than Steiner, gets under it, but he does use that power. Now Steiner's able to use that strong base of his, locking a figure 4 onto Jackson, but he's in his own corner, which is going to cause Steiner some problems as he headbutts Montez Ford. Arn Anderson gets the better of him, but not by much, as we see a running power slam from Steiner. Now this is all Steiner. Steiner's leading in these power moves, keeping Jackson off his feet and providing Steiner the opportunity to do some damage. But Montez Ford is the legal man as Jackson super kicks Steiner. Montez Ford, the rookie in this match. Steiner, not the longest wrestling, I believe that would be Arn, but still second longest, as now it is Nemesis and Montez again, and I believe Nemesis was trying to do some kind of headlock there, ended it with a DDT, dragging Montez in the middle of the ring, and an illegal choke from Nemesis. Nemesis does not seem to care for the rules. He just kind of wants to hurt who's ever in his way, and maybe that's what team captain Scott Steiner wanted. I mean, that's good strategy, as long as he knows not to get eliminated, hey, if he wants to take any advantages where he can get them, as he kicks down Anderson, but Anderson trips him up, that's maybe not the worst idea. But however, you see here, Nemesis with his back to the opposite team's corner, that's maybe not the best move. It does cut the ring in half, from Anderson, but it looks like he's going to throw Anderson, towards his own team, locking in the choke here. You gotta wonder, what was Steiner thinking about Cheddarfield? What benefit did Cheddarfield add as Montez comes in, assists his teammate Arn Anderson, and there you see the tag team expertise that Nick Jackson's team has. One has to wonder why Nick Jackson did not add his brother to the team, but hey, it happens. As Chet Cheddarfield gets tagged in here. Chet Cheddarfield, quite impressive for being an announcer, a drunken announcer, as he gets the assisted powerbomb from Nemesis and a running elbow drop on Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson tagging in Montez Ford. Montez Ford, the youngest man in the match, going to be the most fresh no matter what. As Montez and Cheddarfield enter a striking competition, which Cheddarfield wins. Cheddarfield dragging him out of his corner. Smart move. And a drop kick to the back of the head from Chet Cheddarfield. Maybe that's why Scott Steiner added Chet Cheddarfield to his team. He's a drunk. He's drunk. He doesn't care about the safety of his opponents. As Steiner gives the pink eye to Chet Cheddarfield. I'm sorry, not Steiner, Montez. And he trips him up there. He's going to go for a pinfall here. Only a 1 count. Didn't expect more than that. Cheddarfield with a chop to the chest of Montez. Another one! As they lock up, Cheddarfield looking to go for a vertical suplex, hits it. Montez Irish whip. Oh, elbow to the chest of Cheddarfield, looking to maybe hit a running drop kick. Yes, he does. Montez fancy footwork here as he picks up Cheddarfield and hits him with a Samoan drop. Cheddarfield kick to the head of Montez. Both men down. Cheddarfield, first man up, goes for the pinfall on Montez, but he's too close to his own to Montez's corner, and Montez's team is going to come in and then get some opportunistic moves on Cheddarfield here. And Cheddarfield with a running bulldog on Montez. Look at that headlock there. And once again, too close to Montez's corner to really try anything spectacular when it comes to ending the match, as Nick Jackson gets tagged in. Steiner now tagged in. Last time we saw Steiner and Jackson, Steiner had Jackson's number, but the first time we saw Steiner and Jackson had Steiner's number. As Jackson goes for the low blow here. Young Bucks not above cheating. I don't think anyone in this match is necessarily above cheating, as Nick Jackson hits a beautiful not shooting star press. That was a moonsault. Oh, and he's outside the ring. That's going to give Nemesis some time to kick the ring for some reason. And nope, now he's found Jackson and hits a DDT on Jackson. Montez and Arn Anderson now, though. I don't think Steiner's team realizes that Steiner is getting double teamed as they double team Jackson. Neither team really showing a whole lot of unity here. I don't think they realize that they need to be saving their partners. Jackson gets in before the 20 count, luckily enough for him. And Jackson now kicking Nemesis, who apparently became the legal man at some point. I think referee Hulk Hogan might have messed up there. I don't believe Nemesis is the legal man, but we're gonna run with it as he hits the running body splash on Jackson. Montez Ford coming in now and cannot handle the blows of Nemesis, who's going to the top here with a diving knee drop, dragging Montez away from his corner. Gonna pick him up. I don't think Nemesis is in here to end this match. I don't think Nemesis knows how. I think Steiner put Nemesis on his team to hurt the other team, to damage them, and then the more wrestling experienced Steiner or Cheddarfield would get the pinfall here. As Montez goes for the pinfall, Cheddarfield gonna break it up though, and it looks like Steiner now. Oh, all of Nick Jackson's team is down. Montez in a submission hold here. It's looking bad. No, he gets out of it. Punches Nemesis in the head. Nemesis has Montez up though. Jackson's out. Oh, and Montez with a strike. Montez needs a tag. Oh, eye gouge from Nemesis. The cheating Nemesis as he hits a lariat right down on Montez. Both men tired. Nemesis stays down longer than Montez. That's interesting. As he hits a super kick, Montez needs to make a tag. He's going to go for a drop kick. No! Oh, man, a DDT. So he picks up another Samoan drop from Montez on the Nemesis. Gonna get another float over DDT. No, a drop kick from Montez. Looks like we're probably gonna get another drop kick. Yes, Montez very, very into his drop kicks. Dodges the move from Nemesis. Nemesis taking a bite out of Montez's head. Montez is busted open, as I would imagine he is. Someone should get that man treated for the T-virus. That's probably a problem. And as we experience maybe a little bit of frame loss here, as Montez just bleeds all over the mat. Gets out of a pinfall predicament, but Montez needs to make a tag. It is so important. A bridge! He's got a bridge on Nemesis here, and no, Nemesis gets out of it. None of Montez's team is in his corner. Montez needs that tag bad. Anderson now, Jackson on the ground as we have a striking contest. Montez needs to win this, and he needs to tag out. And it looks like he's getting up there. He kicks Nemesis in the head. Nemesis gets back up and big boots him. Nemesis first man up. Dragging the beaten and bloody Montez into the center of the ring. Hits a knee drop on him. Montez with a shoulder block. He's not tagging out. Montez, I don't think is... Oh, maybe Montez is in a good place as Montez climbs to the top rope and then gets down for some reason. He hits a diving nothing as Montez gets out of the ring, but that's not really going to do much. Montez is not in his is in his own corner here. Jackson now on the ground. Montez back in the ring. It's a 2-on-1 predicament. No, Nemesis gets Montez up for a powerbomb, goes for a pinfall. That's too close to not only the ropes, but Montez's own corner. Not going to get anywhere with that. And a pile driver on a Nemesis from Nick Jackson. That might be the equalizing move that he needs. Montez running. Drop kick to the back of Nemesis there. He's got him in his own corner. He could go for a pinfall and probably get pretty good here as a running power slam from Nemesis ends all hope of that. Nemesis looking for that diving knee drop he's hit before. No, diving axe handle as he goes to the top again. And a crossbody from Nemesis. Not going for the pinfall. Nemesis looks tired. Nemesis looks a little beaten up. I think he might have gotten more than he can chew here as Jackson and Ole now have, or Arn, now have access to Nemesis here. They're gonna try and maybe get a countout victory. Montez trying to keep Shetterfield and Steiner away from the double team happening on the outside here. You notice that that Anderson and Jackson not using weapons like Nemesis did. A little bit more honor on that team than on Team Steiner. Nemesis goes for the pinfall. Once again, too close to his own corner. Like I said, Montez finally tags out Nick Jackson in the ring here as Nemesis picks him up. If Nemesis wanted to make a pinfall, now would probably be the best time as he starts choking Nick Jackson yet again. An illegal maneuver from the Nemesis. Nemesis has been in this match a really long time here as he gets Irish whipped by Arn, and both competitors run right into each other, both men down in the center of the ring here. No, spinning back fist attempt from Nemesis misses, goes for the choke slam though, right on the Jackson, center of the ring. 1, 2, 3, Nemesis gets the win for his team. That's good as I adjust my chair and make that loud-ass noise because that match only had 30 seconds left. We almost had a draw. Now, what that means is that next time on TTWA, the team of Scott Steiner, Chet Shetterfield, and the Nemesis will have to go against another random team. And if they win, they move on to the next week. And when we get to the end of the T1 Clawmax, which doesn't even start until next week, the team that remains standing will get a title shot. But let's do some more random bullshit. Let's see, what else could we do? Because I'll be real with you, I booked 3 matches, and I want to do at least 5. So let's do a over-the-top rope battle royale, because we haven't done one of those in a very long time. So your referee for this over-the-top rope battle royale will be Fair Bear. And your competitors for this match will be Jack Sexsmith, Fighter Hayabusa, Vampiro, Madman Pondo, Misha Tate, Jinsei Shinzaki, Matt Tavern, and El Hija del UPS. I forgot I added El Hija del UPS. Let's see, over the top row. No, that needs... Oh, okay, yeah, that's off. We're going to see what happens here. Going to give it a 30-minute... No, let's give it a 20-minute time limit. Nah, let's give it a 30-minute time limit. Fuck it. Okay. Return. And let's begin this match. Nothing's really won by this match. This match is more for statistics. I think every single one of these competitors is debuting in TTWA tonight. So, you know, last week we saw a 8-man elimination match that featured 3 of the highest winning members of the TTWA, that being the Megazord, Andrew Martin, and Kenny Omega. All 3 of them coming short to Bubbles Utonium, who will be getting a title shot next week at TTWA Clawmax. As we see a massive schmaz here, as Misha Tate locks into Kimura Lock. Vampiro, though, breaking her out of it, and it looks like... I'm be honest here, I think that's Madman Pondo. I lost control of a lot of these guys. A lot of these guys are not people I'm super familiar with here. As Jinsei Sasaki kicked somebody. I think that might have been Jack Sexsmith. No, Jack Sexsmith's in the blue. Pretty sure. And Vampiro. I know Vampiro. I know Misha Tate. No Jinsei, Sasaki, El Hijo de UPS. I basically don't know who the guy in the Zubaz are. The guy with the long hair as he, Zubaz man stabs Vampiro in the back of the head. El Hijo del UPS with the jawbreaker on Jack Sexsmith. Fairbear, asking if somebody gives up. A lot of submissions being attempted this early on, and in this match in general. You would think that this would just be an over-the-top rope battle royale, but so far it is not. And watching this match, waiting for it to maybe die down a little bit as the two dudes I don't remember the names of, fight in the middle of the ring. Someone is bleeding. I can't tell who is bleeding, but I do see blood in the ring. That or that's the leftover from last match, which is possible. I thought we cleaned better, but we might not have. Yeah, I don't see any competitors bleeding necessarily. I think that might be left over. I can't get a good view of Vampiro's head. He might be bleeding. El Hijo del UPS, dropkick, running dropkick. No, someone's definitely bleeding. It might be UPS. But I can't tell. As I'm looking around to see who's leaving the blood pile. Someone is bleeding, and I do believe someone just got to the ropes here. It's really hard to tell what's going on here. That is the way with these 8-man matches. They're very chaotic until they start to dwindle down. UPS and Sasaki teaming up, and there goes that guy. I don't remember his name, but he's gone. Someone is bleeding. Who is bleeding? Maybe it was him. But yeah, I believe it was him. He was the one bleeding. That's good that he got eliminated because I don't remember who he was. I feel like we've seen Jack Sexsmith before on in TTWA. No, I think Sexsmith might be bleeding here. Is there still blood in this ring? Someone is bleeding from some wound I can't see as Madman Pondo, I believe, stabs that guy. There we go. Old wrestler man is bleeding. Oh, and you know what? Jack Sexsmith is bleeding too. Okay, yeah, we got multiple people bleeding here. I think that's from Pondo and Vampiro, and Misha. Probably a lot of headshots in this match. A lot of head moves in this match in general as an octopus stretch is locked in. There's too much going on for Fairbear. Fairbear can't really keep up with the action as 3 submissions get called in. Alabama Slam from Misha Tate as she starts pounding away on Sexsmith. Misha Tate's got to be worried. She's going to get... Oh my God! What a beautiful Hurricane Rana! And she doesn't get the pinfall. But... damn, El Hijo de UPS. Misha Tate, Misha Tate pounding away on Pondo. El Hijo de UPS taunting to the crowd as she should. That was amazing. And Sexsmith with an atomic drop onto Pondo. And oh, there goes that guy. Sweet, we're just eliminating everyone I don't know. Now I'm pretty sure I know everyone. So that's good. UPS getting tripped up by Sexsmith. Sexsmith, oh no, Vampiro breaking up the pinfall from Sexsmith as Shinsei's. Oh, and there goes Vampiro. Misha Tate got the rear naked choke on Sexsmith. Is he going to give up? No, he does get out of it. Pondo and Shinzaki. Oh, and UPS gets out of the mandible claw here. I got a lot of taunting to the audience here. Oh, UPS going for the RKO. Doesn't get all of it. Misha Tate pounding away at the back of Shinzaki. Knee drop onto the head of Shinzaki from UPS. So when you have uneven amounts of competitors like we do right now, it's very important that you if you're not the one actively in combat, as we see Miesha Tate doing right now, she's taking a breather. She's being smart about this. No one's attacking her. She has the time to regain stamina. That's important. Sexsmith doesn't do that. He gets right back into the action here, and that's going to cost him probably in the future as he gets Pele kicked. 2, and no, Man Pondo does not get the pinfall. Goes for it again, though. Maybe thinks that it was a fluke that she kicked out. No, it was not, though. UPS kicking out now. Pondo, look at that. Pondo's doing exactly what I say. He's taking a breather. Sexsmith going after that. See, that's the other thing, too. When you got this many, when you have an uneven amount of competitors, you have to make sure that that person who is not currently in combat is not taking too long of a breather, because that's a disadvantage to you. Tate pounding away at UPS, trying to bust her open too. Sexsmith bleeding all over the canvas here. We've had blood in every single match so far. Oh, and a double team from Sexsmith and Suzuki. Sexsmith thrown over the ropes. Pondo pile driven. We're in the final 4. Half the competitors have been eliminated as a rear naked choke gets locked in. He's biting. He is biting Shinzaki. UPS gets into the ropes, but Pondo was biting Jinsei, and that caused Fair Bear to... Oh! She's eliminated! And that made him fuck up the pinfall. Fair Bear is maybe not the best person for multi-man matches. He appears to be having a lot of trouble getting any fairness going in. Now, Hyodo UPS, oh, beautiful! Oh, wonderful! It looks like she had something more, but Pondo getting into it, getting involved and ruining it, but that was awesome. I kind of want to see El Hija del UPS in a singles match, I think. 2, and is she going to be eliminated? No, she kicks out at 2.9. And she takes out Jinsei and Pondo. Dropkick to the head of Pondo. Oh, I'm sorry, Jinsei. And Pondo goes for the pinfall. 2.9, no. This final 3 is a strong final 3. They're not going to get eliminated that easy as Jinsei takes a vertical suplex. Now Pondo and UPS going to go after each other. Facebuster from, or X Factor, really, I mean, whatever. From UPS. UPS in control of this match. She doesn't even look tired still. Pondo's biting. Pondo is biting her head. We've seen this before. In fact, both competitors have been bitten in the head by Pondo, who gets eliminated. It's UPS now. UPS gets Pele kicked by Jinsei. I believe UPS is bleeding. Yes, she is. Jinsei got her up in a power slam, or power bomb, I should say. My apologies. And looks to be locked in, and she taps out. Jinsei Shinzaki wins. That was heartbreaking for El Hija del UPS, because she had a wonderful showing in that match. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have just enough time before our main event for a 10-minute challenge. A 10-minute challenge will be a one-on-one match between 2 competitors that will last 10 minutes. If my phone wanted me to know that rain will begin around 11:16 because I care about fucking rain. Anyway, so it will be a normal match that will only last for 10 minutes. It is very possible this match will end up as a draw. And if that happens, sucks. But if it doesn't happen, we might see some benefits being thrown to the competitor who wins. So we're only going to count this competitor, and we're only going to count this competitor. These guys, sorry, maybe next time. Your referee for this match will be Reggie. I don't know who that is, but gonna be him. And we're going to see Red Rooster versus Animal. I'm sorry, I need to see who Unknown is. Okay, I guess I don't get to see who that is. Red Rooster versus Animal going to go at it here in a 10-minute match. After this match concludes, we will see the final match of the Manson Proving Grounds, match 7. If Manson wins, he gets a shot at the TTWA Pure Heavyweight title. If Manson loses, then the 4 people who defeated Manson will get that shot. That 4 people already includes the Green M&M, Barry Duffman, and Billy Kidman. and whoever would beat him tonight if they were to do so. And we see here the Legion of Doom Animal. Both, was Terry Taylor at a tag team? I don't think he was. But yeah, the Red Rooster. Oh, okay, that's Reggie, I guess. I don't know who that is. We need to approve our referees here at the TTWA. There's too many of them. I don't know who they are, where they came from. My cat just hires them all. My cat, the commissioner of the TTWA, if you were wondering why we are sponsored by Fancy Feast, fuckbirds.com, and have a logo of a cat, it's because my cat is an egomaniac and only does business with companies that he, personally vets, I guess. I'm getting word, actually, from my cat right now that this match that we are discussing will be fought as a... That's weird. Okay, there we go. Now I'm moving the mouse cursor off the screen. Wow, there's a big delay. Anyway, so Animal now, getting the strength. But yeah, the match, Charles Manson's final match of the Charles Manson Proving Ground will be fought in a steel cage against a random opponent. He does have to do an open challenge. Whoever comes out will be the final challenge in the way between Manson and Giant Silva's TTWA World Heavyweight title. If Manson wins, like I said, he gets that one-on-one shot that he has been, according to him, robbed of. But if Manson loses, it goes to the 4 competitors who have beaten Manson. That match happening at the end of this 10-minute challenge. Red Rooster getting thrown into the ropes, stopping himself. We can actually see like a legitimate wrestling match, which is pretty rare at the TTWA. And of course I added a 10-minute stipulation to it because real wrestling matches don't matter, apparently here at the TTWA, as this person referees our match. I don't remember. His name is Reggie. We know that much. Like I said, my cat hires everybody. He runs the company. I sometimes disagree with his hiring decisions, as we see here from this referee. And the Red Rooster with the snapmare onto Animal and a wonderful drop toe hold. Doesn't keep it locked in though. Only does damage to the leg here in an octopus stretch. This has been Terry Taylor's entire run. Now you got to think too. Terry Taylor is more experienced when it comes to singles wrestling. Animal less so. Doesn't really have a very extensive singles record. More of a tag team legend, really. He doesn't have anyone to tag out to, and that's gonna affect him in this match. As he drags Terry Taylor into the ring, we are now halfway done with the 10-minute challenge. Neither man looks to be in a position in which they could win, but they do have 5 more minutes. Terry Taylor working the leg there, maybe wondering Terry Taylor going to break out a figure 4 potentially. The Red Rooster, is a very sound technical wrestler as he gets Animal's knee driven into his shoulder here. A headlock from Animal. Terry Taylor's going to find a way out of that and get, his back broken and just thrown like he's trash and locked into a Boston Crab here. Clawing towards those ropes, able to power out of it though. Animal does have the power advantage. That's something Terry Taylor does not have as he hits his shoulder tackle. There we go. That was a shoulder tackle. I couldn't think of body check. Let's call that a body check instead of the ass slam. Terry Taylor getting thrown. Throwing Animal into the ropes. Hits another shoulder tackle onto Animal here. And ramming Animal's head into the corner. Now Animal in a precarious position. Gets body checked by Terry Taylor and chopped in the chest. Terry Taylor looking to make some moves here as Animal picks Terry Taylor up for a powerbomb and a pinfall. 1, 2, 2.9. Terry Taylor kicks out as we enter the last 3 minutes of this match. Terry Taylor with a dropkick onto Animal. We could see a draw here. And draws are possible in the T1 Clawmax that will be commencing next week at 10:15 on twitch.tv/totemtrouser. If you are unfamiliar with the G1 Climax of New Japan fame, it is a very similar rules. It is 2 brackets of 8 men or women or whatever. I mean, I have robots, I have Cthulhu, I have things that I can't ascertain the gender of. But they will be competing in a round-robin tournament where a win nets them 2 points, a draw nets them 1, and a a loss nets them 0. It's going to be, I'm debating still between a 20-minute and a 30-minute time limit, because I feel like a 30-minute time limit, we're not going to see any draws, but we might, I don't know, and we are entering the final 15 seconds. Terry Taylor needs to hit something big here. No, Animal locks him in. Looks like we're going to go for the draw here, and Animal flipping, yep, that is a draw. So, this happens when draws happen. They just start fighting nothing. So yeah, we're still debating internally on if we're gonna do 20 or 30 minutes, because I do want there to be some draws to add a little bit of interest to the match. But we'll see. We'll see how it works. Worst case scenario, we mess it up and we just do it again next year. So, you know, whatever. But anyway, it is now time for the main event of the evening. A cage death match. Let me show you guys some stuff here. So Charles Manson, right? He has. Oh, hello. This is me. Hi. How are you? So this is the tournament title. I can't make these go any faster. But Manson's coming up next, so that's fine. No, it's not. This is the tag team match that's going to be happening next week, versus the champions, Team Mister, versus the Era of women wrestling. Here we go. So if Manson were to win, we would get the match in the white. If Manson were to lose, we get the match in the black. And the question mark will be replaced by whoever beats Manson. So that's something to be on the lookout for. As we are going to go back to the TTWA. Actually, while I get this set up, here, let me show you the lineage of the pure heavyweight title. Or it won't load. That works too. Oh, because that's the fucking championship videos. Pure. There we go. Still not loading, huh? Jesus Christ. Like I said this last week, but the whole championship videos to vamp while I find the characters and pick them kind of doesn't work particularly well when I have to find them again. There we go. And that's actually wrong, by the way. Giant Silva has actually had 2 defenses. He's had 2 defenses. So Giant Silva has been pretty dominant here at TTWA. You don't normally get a champion that gets about 2 defenses. The highest we have right now is the 3-man title with 3 defenses. But anyway, here is Charles Manson, and your referee for the main event of the evening is going to be. I do not look at these while I swipe, in case you were wondering. Sonic Ref Hog. And once again, we are only going to count this person. Now, Charles Manson, we do know, before we do this, he has a better chance against a real person than a fictional person. He has beaten D-Lo. He has beaten Super Callow. He lost to the Green M&M. He then beat Barry Windham. And then lost to Barry Duffman. And then lost to Billy Kidman. So out of the 3 people he's lost to, he has only lost to 1 real person, and he has beaten 3 real people. He has lost to every every fictional character he has lost to. So let's see who he has to face in this match. Sangre Azteca. Do I know who that is? No. Will I have to look him up? Yes. Yes, I will. Let me just make sure that this is all correct. Matches, weapon, 30 minutes. No, you know what? We're going to make this a no time limit match. I don't think it will be a problem, but we're going to make it a no time limit match. Let's begin. Sangre Azteca on the move here, throws Manson into the ropes, goes for a beautiful drop kick, misses it though. Manson getting a little bit faster than him. He gets elbow to the back, does that. Manson, desperate. Manson is desperate. He can see his title dreams up in smokes. If Manson loses this match, he goes through the back of the very, very long line. That, or he manages to get into the T1 Climax, which I swear to God if that happens, because Manson has literally been on every single show since episode 2. Manson getting thrown into the corner by Sangre Azteca. Sangre Azteca going for a dropkick, misses it. Sangre Azteca now tripping up the legs of Manson here. Goes for a punch, misses that. Manson punch to the head of Sangre Azteca. Sangre Azteca with the dragon leg sweep. Elbow to the back of Manson. Sangre Azteca is a Mexican luchador working for CMLL. His real name is not made to the public. He was born in 1975, and he debuted in 1995. So he's been around. I just have never heard of him. Sangre Azteca is a multiple-time Mexican National Trios champion. He is also the Mexican National Welterweight champion one time, and a APC World Champion. So, former World Champion. I don't know what the APC is, but he was the World Champion of it. As he gets, now he's on the ground though. Manson with no championships to his name, looking to make amends to that. As he gets snap suplex, but he does take back control, dragging Azteca into the center of the ring. Azteca throwing Manson into the ropes, picks him up, and a beautiful spine buster. Goes for the pinfall, only gets a 1 count. This is do or die for both of these men. Now, Azteca not only gets a title shot for himself, but 3 other competitors. That's why we put him in a steel cage. We don't want any interference from anybody. We do not want to give Manson any excuses, because every single time Manson has had 2 separate title shots now, and he has made excuses for both of them, which has gotten him this Proving Grounds challenge. Manson needs to win this, or Manson will not get a title shot for the foreseeable future. Sangre Azteca also probably will not get a title shot in the foreseeable future if he were to lose this match. So both men, high stakes, high pressure. This is going to be a very intense match. Neither man looking to lose here, as Sangre Azteca with the surfboard. And Manson does get out of it. Manson has been put in that before. We do know Manson is actually pretty capable of getting out of submissions. And Manson now initiating a strike contest here. Manson, Azteca, Manson, Sangre chopping Manson down to the ground, but falls over himself. Manson with the headbutt onto Azteca. Manson going to the top. We've seen him do this before. He goes for the diving crossbody onto Azteca. He's in the ropes. That's not going to do anything. Ref hog right up on that. Manson getting thrown into the corner now. Azteca, you want to stay away from the ropes when you're wrestling a luchador, especially one as experienced as Sangre Azteca, as he goes for a beautiful Hurricane DDT, or not a Hurricane DDT, spinning DDT, avalanche DDT, hey, whatever, DDT, it was a DDT, as Sangre Azteca now picks him up here, goes for a muscle buster, hits it, not the muscle buster we've seen Bubbles Utonium do, where she flies into the air because she can fly, and is currently the #1 contender for the TTWA World Heavyweight Championship. We will see her go against Chase Owens next week, but who will we see go against the TTWA Pure Heavyweight Champion, Giant Silva? Will it be Manson, or will it be Sangre Azteca, Green M&M, Barry Duffman, and Billy Kidman? That depends on the result of this match here, as Manson locks in a sleeper hold on Azteca. Azteca getting in trouble out of it. Elbows Manson, able to escape out of it, but falls to the ground. Maybe a desperation attempt here, as another muscle buster from Azteca onto Manson. Goes for the pinfall. Is this it? Is Manson's dreams over? 2.9. No, Manson barely gets out of that one. Charles Manson now goes for the strikes. Azteca counters it, punches him right in the face, going to the top rope. Something you never want to see a luchador do, as he hits a senton right on the lower back of Manson, but he looks too tired to keep up with it. Manson getting back up. Manson now throwing some strikes. There's one thing we know about Charles Manson, is that he, weirdly enough, has really good stamina. As he locks in the figure 4 on Azteca, going for those legs. You hurt the legs of a luchador, you pretty much win the match. And honestly, Manson, wrestling every single week since episode 2, probably has picked that up. As Manson goes to the top rope now, diving elbow right onto Sangre Azteca. Dragon Azteca is a completely different wrestler. Throws Azteca right into the cage with no regard. Manson is a monster. We gotta remember that Manson is a horrific monster. As we hit 10 minutes of this match, he goes for the crucifix powerbomb right on the Azteca. This might be it. Is he going? No, Manson does not get into the title match at TTWA Clawmax that easily. Another muscle buster from Azteca right onto that broken board. That looks like Manson's head hit the corner of it. That might be it too. No, Manson just gets out of it. Oh, it looks like that he has the inside cradle. 2, 3. Sangre wins. Charles Manson has lost the Charles Manson Proving Grounds. Charles Manson will not get a title shot next week at TTWA Clawmax. Manson has lost. We will see a fatal 5-way next week. The champion Giant Silva will defend his title against the Green M&M, Barry Duffman, Billy Kidman, and Sangre Azteca. Manson has lost his title shot. Wow. What a show. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been TTWA Clawmax. We are ending slightly early, and I don't like that. So we're going to have a real quick. We're going to have, let's do a gruesome fighting match, because those tend to be fast. Completely random. This is it's a dark match you can consider. Something to send the fans home happy. Goldust versus Karl Gotch. Right, NWO ref. I remember him. Karl Gotch probably has the experience, the better chance here against Goldust, but don't put Goldust out. As Goldust goes for the snapmare onto Karl Gotch. Manson though losing his title, and you know we've seen. This entire chapter has it was meant to be about redemption, but we've seen the failings of everyone we've seen come prior, with the exception of Balrog, who is still on cloud 9. You have the former champion Andrew Test Martin, just completely failing to live up to expectations he set for himself. Kenny Omega's in a dark place. Kenny Omega lost to Chase Owens, and I think that threw him into a funk that he was not able to get out of. He then lost to Chase Owens again after beating Shawn Michaels, but he lost to Chase Owens again, and then he lost last week in the eight-man elimination match that we saw Bubbles win to go on to win a shot at the TTWA Pure Heavyweight title, or I'm sorry, TTWA Heavyweight title. Yeah, you know, Kenny Omega. I think I said it last week. I think Kenny Omega needs to go away for a little while. I think he needs to recollect his thoughts. He needs to come back stronger, but I think he needs a little bit of time away from the TTWA. We will probably see Kenny Omega back soon, or he might be in the T1 Clawmax. We don't know. Those are all randomized. It's possible. It's more likely that he will not be, but it is possible. But yeah, it's definitely something to consider for Kenny Omega now. His friends, Team Mister, all of them were his friends. They all earned their title shots together. They're on top of the world. However, they didn't have to defend their title last month. They got a free month there. So this is their first title defense in a while. They haven't really had any competition. I think the last time they got challenged, it was a thrown together team of Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, Hulk Hogan, and Just Incredible, the Just Incredible Hulks, and it didn't pan out for that team. And Team Mister won by almost a landslide as Goldust goes for the roll up here. Not going to do much of anything. It definitely interesting to see how that match against the Eras play out. We do know that the Eras only have one win each, and it was the match in which they won the number one contendership, as Goldust is saved by the bell. So those guys, they could go for the upset. If I were to put money, I would still put money on Team Mister to become to further cement their legacy as the longest reigning champion. The tournament title, that one's going to be particularly interesting. We have never seen a champion defend his title, but the conditions are the most right for it. Balrog is only having to wrestle 3 matches. 4 matches. He only has to wrestle 4 matches. We know Balrog can end a match easy and fast if his opponent is not correct for him. And with everything being randomized, the chances of that happening are high. So we could see Balrog definitely go in. Balrog, he won the title before. Got a little bit of cockiness in him. Lost it to Ip Man, who was a lot more humble. And I think those two actually have a very friendly rivalry between them. They're currently 1-1. I would love to book a rubber match at some point between those two. But they are currently 1-1. Ip Man won the title off of Balrog, then lost it to Test, and then Balrog beat Ip Man for the opportunity to be in last month's tournament and won it. So he was more humbled thanks to his friendship with Ip Man, and I think that's helped Balrog out a lot. You see here, he was doing basically what Test is doing now, where he won the title. He thought he was on top of the world and failed. But Test hasn't really had this come to Jesus moment. Jesus is an active competitor and referee in the TTWA. He also offers advice in the back. But he hasn't had a come to Jesus moment where he realized that, like, hey, I need to get my stuff together. And Balrog has, and we've seen how it works dividends for Balrog. Speaking of which, this match still going on. Did not expect that. And how about Charles Manson, right? What a fucking anticlimactic ending to that story that's been going on since week 2. Manson does have to go to the back of the line, but knowing Charles Manson, he will probably somehow end up in the T1 Climax and win it. Because that's how Charles Manson do. He keeps showing up. I cannot get rid of him. I'm honestly surprised that he actually got defeated by Azteca there. Because I've been trying to get Manson off of my stream for months now, and I did not do it. It's been a long time coming. I think Manson deserves to get his ass kicked right off. That tag match though, what a great tag match. That was a good tag match. I really like the idea of the tag team Gauntlet. I hope that team can continue on going. The team of Scott Steiner, Chet Chetterfield, and Nemesis. We need to think of a name for that team. The genetic freaks would honestly be a decent name, as Goldust gets knocked clean out by Karl Gotch, to the surprise of really nobody. But yeah, that is going to be TTWA Clawmax. Or I'm sorry, no, this is going to be just TTWA. Next week is TTWA Clawmax, as I now will end the stream with the intro and hype video for TTWA Clawmax. Goodbye. Ladies and gentlemen, the TTWA is proud to announce the T1 Clawmax tournament starting April 20th at 10:15 Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/totemtrouser. Featuring matches like this month's tournament title tournament sees Balrog looking to break further records in a 16-man MMA tournament in which he will not have a bye. No champion has ever defended the tournament title tournament, but Balrog looks to be the first. He has already broken multiple records and looks to continue being the record destroyer. In the effort of inclusiveness, we held an all-women and one Cosmic Horror Tag Team #1 Contenders match. Team Mister is the longest reigning champions that we have here at the TTWA, but the Team of the Eras, featuring Mickie James, Dump Matsumoto, and Mildred Burke, look to end that streak. Their records make them the underdogs, but they look to break through the glass ceiling. Depending on the results of tonight's main events, we'll get one of two matches at the TTWA T1 Clawmax intro. We're either going to have Charles Manson going one-on-one against Giant Silva for the TTWA Pure Heavyweight title, or if Charles Manson loses, we're going to have a fatal five-way featuring Giant Silva, the Green M&M, Barry Duffman, Billy Kidman, and whoever beats Charles Manson tonight. Who knows? It could be one or the other. And in your main event of the evening, after having one match of the night at TTWA Redemption, Bubbles Utonium was put into the #1 Contenders Battle Royale for the TTWA World Heavyweight Championship, in which she continued to perform and continued to amaze and won her #1 Contenders match. And she will go against the new leader of the Bullet Club, Chase Owens. Chase Owens, still looking to prove that his title reign is not a fluke, will have to go up against probably the most dominating performer he has come across. And last but not least, we will be starting the T1 Clawmax tournament. It will be of two brackets of 8 wrestlers in a round-robin tournament. A win nets the competitor 2 points, a draw nets the competitor 1, and a loss nets them 0. The winners of the 2 brackets will face for a shot at any singles title. We will see who are going to be in these brackets, and the first match is April 20th at 10:15 p.m. Central Standard Time on twitch.tv/totemtrouser.